A squat hold is an isometric hold on our lower body. We really want to get this right, so we really activate in around our quad muscles and our groin areas. So from the starting position, feet are outside the hips. From here, you're going to sit down, keep your knees pushed out. When we get down to parallel, so our hips are in line with our knees, we pull our elbows just inside the knee and we use our hands to lever them out and really create some tension around our hip and groin area as well as our quads. So from the side, feet outside the hips, we're going to sit down and back, and then we're going to lever the knees out to create that tension along the groin. And that's a RDL Hold, Romanian deadlift, is a hold where we're going to create tension on the hamstrings and hold in position to get the blood flowing in the area. So our starting position is going to be feet shoulder width apart. We're going to unlock our knees here and we're going to hinge our hips back and back until we feel our hamstrings engage. We're going to hold this position then for as long as time specified and then stand back up. From the side, shoulder width feet apart, unlock our knees, hips go back, and our knees stay where they are. We're going to keep our feet planted down and hold this position for as long as specified. You should really feel it on your hamstrings. If you're not, just try and push back further with the hips. If your knees start to drift forward, we're starting to load our quad muscles and it becomes more of a squat type movement. So to really engage the hamstrings, we keep our knee directly over our ankle and really hinge the hips back in the movement. And that's your RDL hold. A prisoner squat is a simple squat variation where we're going to keep our hands out as if we're handcuffed. From here, we're going to sit down in the squat position and then drive back up. So feet outside the hips, toes slightly pointed out, arms out, squat down and drive up. And that's your prisoner squat. Standing lunges are a quad dominant squat variation where we're going to lunge out with one foot, out, keep our knee over our ankle, sit down with the back leg and step back up. On the other side, out, keep your knee over your ankle, back knee down, squat back up, keeping our torso upright throughout. From the side, we're going to lunge out, down, squat back up, out, down and back up. And this is our lunge, alternating lunge. Calf raises are a nice simple exercise to activate our calf muscle on the back of our lower leg. So starting position is feet about shoulder width position. You're going to focus on pushing through your big toe and the ball of your foot here. So in around these areas, rather than the weight shifting out onto your little toes. So from here, stand nice and straight, push up through the big toe and the ball of the foot, keep nice and sturdy and back down. From the side, feet shoulder width, you're going to push up, squeeze, back down, up, and back down. So small little squeeze at the top to really engage the muscle and it's a nice activation. A tempo squat is a squat that's done with a certain amount of time on the eccentric phase, the hold at the bottom and the timing on the concentric phase on the way up. So we're starting off with our feet outside our hips in a normal squat position. From here, we're going to squat down for 2 seconds for this one. So it's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Hold at the bottom for 1 Mississippi and then drive up 1 Mississippi. So in motion, we've got 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi. And that's your tempo on these ones. So 2 seconds down, 1 second hold at the bottom, 1 second drive up. And that's the tempo squat for today. RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts, were created to allow us to train an eccentric movement on the hamstring under tension to get a really strong deadlift and really build up the hamstring strength. So our starting position for these is feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to unlock our knees and from here we're going to do what's called a hinge. So we're going to hinge our hips back towards the wall. So back, keeping your chin tucked down so we have a neutral spine. I'll show you from the side in a moment. And you're going to pull back up. So it's back, and then pull up. From the side, feet shoulder width, you're going to unlock the knees, keep your chin tucked down, push back, then pull the hips right through, and back again, and through. So that's your RDL movement, or Romanian. Squats are a really good lower body squat variation to really engage our quad muscles. So from your starting position is down on the ground, we're going to bring our front ankle under our knee, our back knee under our hip, and we're going to have our toe dug in at the back. I'll show from the side in a moment. From here, we want to keep our torso nice and upright, hands together, and you're going to stand up and then bring your knee back down and back up and down. If you find that your knee is sore to tap off the floor, you can put something soft underneath like a cushion or a towel or something like that. Or the alternative is just bring your knee towards about 1 inch off the ground and then stand back up. So from the side, starting position, we have ankle, just under or in front of the knee. Back knee is under your hip, back toe is dug in, and keep our torso nice and straight. We don't want to lean forward in this. So stand up nice and straight, and then stand, bring the knee back down, and up. And that's our split squat. Single leg glute bridge is a hamstring dominant movement, similar to a glute bridge, but we're really going to isolate each hamstring individually and get some really good work in. Our starting position is on the ground, so we lie flat on our back. From here, you're going to bring one heel right in towards your bum. You're going to bring the other leg straight up. Push your knees together, so you've really pushed them together and keeping them nice and straight. Lie flat on the ground. From here, you're going to push your hips up to the roof and keep everything where it is. So up, down, up, down. You'll really feel this on the hamstring of the leg that's on the ground. The opposite side then, knees together again, up, down, up, down. And that's called a single leg glute bridge. Calf raises are a great way to isolate each calf individually and add some extra weight onto the muscle. So what we do is we just take one leg at a time and alternate between them, so putting more weight on one side at a time and slightly lifting the other off the ground. Our starting position will be up on one, then back onto the other, back onto the other, back onto the other. So it enables us to get a really good squeeze on each calf individually and get the most we can out of the calf raises. Glute bridges are a lower body dominant movement, which is really going to work the glute muscle, which is our backside. It's the biggest muscle, individual muscle in the body, and it's really worth working because it's our main muscle for things like walking and running and loads of other movements. So having a really strong glute really makes a strong hip area, which helps everything else in the body work really well. So we're going to start off by lying to the ground. Heels are going to come right in towards the bum. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. From here, lie flat down, put your hands on the ground. You're going to push your knees up and out, so towards the opposite walls, and your hip area is going to go straight towards the roof. So it's all one movement, up and out, and squeeze at the top. So up, squeeze, and back down. Just to show you from the front, heels are in, hands on the ground, push up, and drive out. So up and out, and then back down. And that's your glute. A flutter kick is a lower abdominal core movement where we're going to engage our hip flexors throughout the movement and really work the lower part of our core. Your starting position is on the ground, lying on your back. I like to pull my knees into my chest, which means our lower back is on the ground. From here, you're going to push your feet out about 6 inches off the ground and keep your toes pulled back towards you. This engages our hip flexors, which is the driving force behind the movement. From here, feet come heel to toe distance, up and down, keeping the toes pulled back throughout, and you work for the prescribed time. This is called a flutter kick. Magill sit-ups are a lovely core exercise. We're going to work a bit of the sternum area and our lower core. So we're starting on the ground, lying on our back. From here, we're going to raise our legs up, keep your toes pulled back and keep your knees out from the hip. Hands come up towards the roof, and from here, you're going to sit up and bring your hands directly up to the roof. So it's up and down. You get a lovely work across the top of the core, and because your legs are up in the air, you're holding some tension on your lower core as well. So it's a great full core exercise for the front of the core, and that's a Magill sit-up. Heel taps are a great alternating core exercise. We're going to work our obliques mostly. So we're going to start off with our back to the ground. From here, we're going to raise our shoulders off the ground to hold some tension in our core. Hands are straight down, and I want you to crunch your side down towards your heel. Try to avoid swinging out. I want you to crunch down, tap, 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 and that's your heel tap. I'll show you from the front. So down, you're going to brace your core, then tap, 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 and that's a heel tap. Squat jumps are a lower body plyometric exercise, so they're explosive in their nature. This is really going to get the heart and lungs working, and you really feel it in your legs. Starting position, our feet are outside your hips. From here, you're going to take a small bend and you're going to jump, and then sit right down and jump again. You want to land on the heel with a soft knee, so your hips are able to go straight down, rather than landing with a stiff leg and getting impact on the knees. So from the side, feet are outside the hips. We're going to take a little bend, jump, back down, jump, back down. So you want to work through those as nice and quick as possible, keeping your feet in the same position. Focus on landing on the heel with a soft knee, allowing you to sit straight down and explode back up. And that's mountain climbers are a great dynamic exercise for our core and our hip flexors. So our starting position is going to be down on the ground, hands are in underneath our shoulders, so we have a nice solid position to move from. From here, you're going to bring a knee to your same elbow. on both sides, so bring it up and back, and that's a slow mountain climber. You can also work nice and fast to get the heart and lungs working. So hands in under the shoulders, knee to same elbow, moving from the hip flexor, or you can go fast on these and really work so you get your heart and lungs incorporated into both the core and hip flexor exercise. Squat drops are a nice lower body plyometric exercise, so they're explosive in their nature, and we want to work nice and quick through these and really get that spring in our lower body. So feet start together. From here you're going to jump out and sit down, then spring up off the toe, back in and out. So from the side, starting with feet together, jump out, sit down, spring back up and down, and that's your squat drop. Work nice and quick to really get the heart and lungs.